Good morning, Dr. Bakshi.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. And one of the things that a subject that is asked by many is goal in regards to goal setting. And the question that I had is, people use this acronym SMART. First, if you can just explain what that is, and also why that is beneficial to applying that principle to goal setting.
Well, it's interesting how the acronym came about, and SMART goals are smart because they are not dumb, and easy to recognize that it just gives you smartness. If somebody were to say, "I have SMART goals,"
Sure.
he feels educated. Wow, he knows something. But more important part is what are the elements of these. Mm-hmm. The elements of achieving something, setting a goal. When the goal is achieved properly, and in a hockey game, for example, the goal is there. If you don't have a goal, like in a basketball game, if there's no hoops there, it's like you're dribbling the ball.
Sure.
So goal is important to have in order to achieve. So that's the importance. But how do you structure? And in the acronym, the S then stands for a specific goal. It is a specific goal in terms of, say, losing weight, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever that is, or specifically achieving some financial success. You want to achieve $50,000 or whatever. Or, it is also is significant to a person. It may, $50,000 may be significant to you. For a millionaire, it may not be. So it needs to be significant.
Sure.
And because of that, it will stretch a person. I'll give an example. For example, if I have a weightlifting, I want to build my muscles, and if I use this 50 times or 100 times, it's not going to build my biceps because it's not stretching me.
Sure.
So the goals, when you set it up, it should be specific, and it should be significant to you or anybody that was setting it up. And also it should be stretching, because then you stretch like a rubber, you're in resiliency. The energy build up there is a much better.
Okay.
It's all energy oriented. So basically S. The M stands for measurable. Measurable in terms of, you can measure the goal, how much, we already talked about how much weight you want to lose, etc. And in terms of not having, I want to look thin. That's fine. It's specific as thinness is concerned. But how thin in terms of waistline, for example? So why it's measurable? Because then you can have measure it on an ongoing basis.
Sure.
And there's a little parameter that you can build. Are you succeeding or not succeeding? And that makes a difference.
Sure.
And measurement means what? It's in 3-dimensional. What can you measure? 3 dimensions and a weight.
Sure.
And also you can measure time, but that time will come later. But there are things that you can measure. Think about things that you can measure. And if we can count that, for example, how many people in the audience, I want to build up people around us to say, we do 20 people. That's a measurable. I need 20 people in my lecture.
Right.
All this, listening to this video, for example, or seeing the video. It should be meaningful. M is meaningful too. Meaningful in the sense it's really meaningful. What the contents are such, or whatever we're doing in the goal needs to be good meaning to you. And also it should be motivational. It motivates one person.
Right.
So the goal cannot be something that is demotivating. If something is not good and it's not uplifting to somebody, then it's not a good goal. And this is easy to understand that, and like sometimes people say, if I plan to fail and I succeed in it, what am I doing? Failing or succeeding? That type of thing. It's kind of. So motivation is important. Then comes the A. A is agreed upon. Agreed upon by whom? By the coach and a client, or agreed upon in the sense that there's some kind of agreed upon, my agreement with myself. I'm aligning myself with the energy system. I'm aligning with my motivation, with my value system, all that. Agreed upon is I'm in agreement with that. And then achievable or attainable. It's that I can achieve that.
Sure.
That within my capacity to do that, and then the it's acceptable to the society, acceptable to me, to my family, and everything else. And it's action oriented. In other words, it's not something. Oh, I think we just add that in because there's some action required. But supposing you want to sit in a meditation for 15 minutes, is there an action or inaction? It's still an action because you're still trying to calm yourself down. So there's something being done. So that also is A. R comes as realistic. What's the difference between realistic and achievable? Achievable is that you can achieve it. Realistic is that other people have achieved it and it has been possible. Okay. Roger Bannister, when he broke the mile, 4-minute mile.
Sure.
Before that, it was not considered as realistic.
Right.
But now, how many people? Same thing, Mount Everest. How many people have climbed now? Mount Everest. The same thing. So realistic is a possibility. It's not an impossibility.
Sure.
So it should be reasonable. R is reasonable. And also, something that gives you reward at the end. In other words, there's a little motivation that's maintained. So R is also, there's a reward at the end of the goal.
Sure.
So R is rewarding also. And the last one is a time. T means it's a time bound or timely. Timely means in time, it's not an emergency or anything like that. It's timely and time bound. I will be losing weight within a certain period of time, like 2 months, 3 months. Now, this is an important part because we all live and all actions, everything are geared in the time frame. And so, out of all the things, if it is not time bound, then it becomes a problem because all of us have tendency to say postpone it or okay, we want to do it now, we will do it later, etc. All these things may be fine, but if I'm not put myself into that stretching area of timing, then the goal may not be achieved. Same thing in a game. There's only certain period that your opposite team has scored 2 goals.
Sure.
You have to score the 2 goals in that given period.
Sure.
So that's also time bound, and also tangible. It is something that you can see. It is tangible and trackable that you can track. Again, measurable is a similar concept, but the T. So that's why this acronym is very smart. And the only one comment I do have to make is that not only the goal has to be smart, but when we go further into how we do the action steps, it's very nice if we can transpose that to be smart action steps as well. So the same acronym can be extended there. So I hope all the people listening here can get some idea about how to set up a SMART goal and go forward in whatever they want to do. And as long as they check off these 5 elements and then the action follows, there's success at the end of that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.